Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aulia Alfani Zikria. My student number is 206130026 and I'm from Jilkas. Today I'm gonna make experiment about qualitative solubility. Qualitatively, the solubility of a substance is expressed as the concentration of solute in a saturated solution at a certain temperature and pressure. Solubility is expressed in milliliter of solvent that can dissolve a gram of substance. In Indonesian Pharmacopoeia, the provision or qualitative solubility criteria of a substance are stated in the following categories. For example, very soluble substances are need less than 1 part of solvent, and freely soluble substance need 1 to 10 parts of solvent, and so on. Solubility is really important in drug absorption in our body. There are several factors that can affect the solubility. There are pH, temperature, solvent, shape and particle size, the electric constant of solvent, and existence of other substances, for example surfactant, complex form, similar ionic, etc. Materials and tools that are needed for this experiment are salt, sugar, talc powder, rice flour, wet flour, room temperature water, hot water, 5 glasses and spoons. Also stopwatch, and we can use the stopwatch from our phones. For this experiment, prepare all the glasses and spoons and fill the water into each glass until it is half a glass. Fill each ingredient such as salt, sugar, wet flour, rice flour, and talc powder, 1 spoon each glasses. After that, stir each glass with the ingredient in it for about 1 minute. Here's the result of the experiment. As we can see, for salt, it dissolved in water. For sugar, it also soluble in water because it's homogeneous and we can tell the difference between the water and the sugar. For the wet flour, for the first time it looks like soluble in water, but after several times it started to separate it again, so that's why wet flour is insoluble in water. Same as wet flour, rice flour also insoluble in water because it will separate it again in several times. Also, for the talc powder, it's also insoluble in water because we know that soluble solution is when it's homogeneous and there are no precipitated that happen. For the second experiment, prepare 2 glasses and fill it 1 glass with plain water or room temperature water, and the other glass with the hot water. Next, add a spoonful of sugar into both of the glass and stir it well. Record the time with the stopwatch that takes to dissolve the sugar. As we can see, the sugar in the hot water dissolves first than in the room temperature water, and we can conclude that the hot water or temperature is the increase the solubility of the substance. So the higher the temperature, the faster the solubility will happen. In this experiment, we also prepared 2 glasses, and both we fill it with the room temperature water. After that, we add spoonful of sugar into both of the glass. In one glass, we're going to stir it until it dissolves, while in the other glass, we are not stirring it. As we can see, the sugar in glass that we are stirring is dissolved faster than the one with not stirring, and we can conclude that stirring the substance or the sugar can increase the solubility of the substance. For the last experiment, prepare 1 glass with half of room temperature water, a salt, pan with the boiling water, and bowl with cold water. First, add 1 spoonful of salt into the glass and stir it until dissolved. When the salt already dissolved in the water, we call this solution unsaturated solution. After that, add more salt into the solution. When the salts no longer dissolve in the water, we call this state saturated solution. Next, we are going to put the glass with the saturated solution into the pan with boiling water. Stir the water until the salt in it is all dissolved. When the salt is already dissolved, take out the glass from the pan and put it immediately in a bowl with the cold water. Now the salt will dissolve again in the water, and we call this state supersaturated solution. Unsaturated solution is a solution that completely dissolves and leaving no remaining substances. Saturated solution is a solution with solute that dissolves until it is unable to dissolve anymore, leaving the undissolved substances at the bottom. For the supersaturated solution is a solution that contains more than the maximum amount of solute that is capable of being dissolved at a given temperature. That's all about my video. I'm sorry if there are any mistaken and thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.